Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing my mid-year binder flip through for 2024, but I am only going to be doing my top 5 groups, and I'm only going to be doing their photo cards. I'm not doing any large inclusions, and I'm not doing anybody who is not in my top 5. I feel like these are the collections that grow the most. Some of these binders have not changed at all, but in general, they grow the most. But like this binder particularly is pretty much just like retired. I'm not going to be putting anything else in this binder. As far as I know, I'm actually thinking of like putting this into a smaller binder since I'm not adding anything. But we will get into that. So I'm going to be starting out with BTS. I do collect Yoongi and Namjoon. They are both of my biases. I do double bias them. And for the third one, a lot of these, if I didn't do an OT7 set, I just either picked a random member or whoever I pulled was who was here. Usually I did not pull Yoongi or Namjoon, so it worked out for me. So you can kind of see what my pulls were. And then there were some OT7 sets that I just needed. I feel like this is gonna be, or I haven't decided if this is going to be a really chatty video or not. I feel like I am feeling very chatty. I feel like a lot of it has changed in just even the past week in my life. And it's a lot. I really love you stuff. Her and Tear and the vinyl cards. So like personally in my life, I am switching positions at my job. And I'm switching 2 different position. Well, actually my entire job is changing. Everything I did previously, I'm no longer doing. And starting on June 1st, July 1st. I'm filming this on June 30th. Starting on June 1st though, I have a whole new title and everything. And I'm a little scared because it's not something that I ever actually wanted to do. Or was interested in. And I think if anybody knew me growing up, they'd be like, what do you mean you're doing that? But I am really excited. And it's something new, and I've been doing the same thing for the past 4 years, so the goal was to leave my job and find someplace else, but this is, I guess, the second best option while I'm still looking for a new job. Don't tell my boss that, because I don't think she'd like it, but I'm starting my new position tomorrow, and I am very excited. I don't think anyone at my job believes that I'm excited, but I genuinely am excited. Also scared, but excited. We have butter. I feel like this is coming at a good time in general. Like the transition between Jin coming back, which is quite literally the best thing that ever happened to me, next to everyone coming back next year. Like, it's less than a year for everybody. That's wild. That's insane. I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of my life, or until next year, you know? But this transition just feels very good. Like, Jin's transitioning back, and I'm transitioning to something new where I also did not go through these binders before I put these in, so I don't know where that is. That's good to know that I have to find that again. I feel like I have to find that all the time because it always falls out. And that is the end of the first binder. And here we are with the second binder, which is all of the solos. This binder feels insane that this is all within, like, around the last year and a half, and it's this full. It feels kind of crazy. But yes, Jin. I keep getting distracted. Jin. I feel like it's really nice that we're doing this transitional period together. Even though, you know, He doesn't know who I am, and we're not actually doing anything together at all. My plan for this page is to get more of these. No one sells them. They should not be more than $1, but no one sells them. Another thing with the job that I have lined up is I'm not sure if I'm even gonna like it, but my brain is like, hey, imagine all of the things this is gonna open up. Just imagine all of it, because it's going to open up a lot. I feel like I'm going to actually be able to apply to new things and not be denied, because I've been denied a lot lately. I've had a lot of interviews and they have all said no. And that is the most disheartening thing in the entire world, because I have a lot of experience and a lot of confidence and a lot of leadership, which honestly might be the problem, that I have so much leadership because I'm looking for entry-level things. And maybe that's a me thing. Maybe I should just stop telling people that I have that, but also, like, you should do this. But the job I'm transitioning into is something that everybody needs in every business ever. And in my dream job, I genuinely think will help me get a job there. I say that. I know a ton of people who are in the job that have way less experience than I do, and definitely don't have that experience. And they still have it. But I'm not comparing myself at all. And I'm gonna keep telling myself that, because I am definitely not comparing myself at all. So we're ending up on right place, wrong person. This is the last page. I do have all of his lucky draws coming because I couldn't help myself, and Namjoon is my bias and I love him. And how was I supposed to say no? Also, I got all of Yoongi's, so let's be fair. And then these are some random Japanese. I'm not sure. These aren't supposed to be after this, but you know, I'll fix that later. I really did mean it when I said I didn't look through these first. Probably should have. I've been working on these photofolios forever. I think I bought Namjoon's set like 3 different times, and every single time they were fake. So that's fun. So I stopped buying them. I should just buy the actual photo books again and just try my luck, because I might be luckier that way. Or I just give up and say, this is what I have and this is what I'm doing. It's possible. It's possible. That is the end of BTS. Ending with these Map of the Soul 7, The Journey. The next binder we have is woodz. woodz is my absolute favorite soloist ever. Anywhere. In any style of music, he is my favorite soloist. I love him. I'm so glad I get to listen to his music. It is we're almost under a year until he comes back too. It's like middle of July, we'll be under a year. And I cannot tell you how I need it. I have been so annoying about how much I miss him. And I just think that this collection needs more cards, because I say that. This collection is not complete. This collection is almost complete. We'll get there. But I just think this collection needs more cards. His cards are so good. Only Lovers Left is my favorite era. This was a card that I was looking for since the release of the album, and I finally have it. I just got it like a couple weeks ago, and it is still my favorite thing in the entire world, and I cannot believe that I own it now, and that it's mine forever, and no one else is ever going to touch it, ever. Never letting anybody touch anything about any of this. And I still have room for one more Only Lovers Left pab. That is good, because I'm constantly looking for woodz things and then not buying them because I have to stop myself. But it's woodz, so how can I stop myself? We have Colorful Trauma. I am looking for this one digipack in this outfit and this digipack in this outfit. But that's the only 2 cards I'm looking for, which is wild. I will have this collection done by the time he comes back because it has to be. There's no way I won't finish this. And I have room for 4 more Colorful Trauma pops too. And you know how nice that feels? I love that. We have finally Uli, which was the last era. I finally got these 2 as well. I had just been buying digipacks randomly all the time with every order. If a store had a digipack, I was buying it, and I kept pulling every single card except for those 2. I even joined a Go for that, and the Go manager pulled every single card except for those 2, like not even for themselves. They didn't pull it all at all, either of the cards, which is just wild to me because how are you going to buy that many albums and still not pull all of the digipack cards when you pre-order them, you know? These are very important to me. These 4 are from the tour, and the tour is where I met him, and the tour is where I got my Polaroid, and my Polaroid is low-key my prized possession. I cannot believe I have a Polaroid with woodz. I just love him so much. I love him so much. I love him so much. I love him so much. Let's go to the next binder. So my next binder is TXT. This binder is so full. I will have to separate this binder. I'm just not sure where I want to separate it. I was thinking about separating it right before Temptation and maybe putting all of the earlier cards in like maybe like a 1 or 1.5 inch binder because I think it will fit, maybe a 2 inch if it has to be. But I wasn't quite sure if that's where I wanted to split it or if I wanted to split it later. I do collect OT5. I just thought it genuinely it isn't that difficult for me. I find it really, really easy to collect OT5 until like until probably this era. This era, it's pretty hard, but it was I think it was Fight or Escape that I was like, oh, this is actually really easy. Let me collect OT5, and now I'm here forever. And this is one of my very favorite collections. Obviously, I'm only showing my very favorite collections from my very favorite groups. I love these collections because they are my favorite groups and because these spreads look incredible. Or maybe it was Thursday's Child that was so easy. No, I can't remember. It's one of them. I feel like I've said this exact same thing in another binder video, trying to figure out which one was actually the easy one. No, it was this, because it was the Target cards. I pulled all 5 Target cards and was like, okay, that's it. Let's go. Let's go. So easy. And then I went backwards, and it was fun. And I love TXT. I do have some Japanese. This was on accident. I found this whole set of 3 in a... No, I think I found like a Hinenkai set of all of his cards and a Yeonjun set of all of his cards. And I said, well, that's enough for me. And then I ended up doing 6 sets instead of the 3 that I was planning on. But, you know, it happens. Temptation is my favorite part of this binder. I've said this a million times. I will say it a million times more. Especially this page. Favorite. This looks so good. They have some of the most cohesive cards, or at least they used to. I'm sure I will agree later, but when all my cards for the current era is in, but as of right now, it is not the most cohesive and it's stressing me out a tiny bit, but I love all these cards. I went way overboard for this album with way more pobs than I should have gotten. So I've never done this since, but it was really fun to actually collect like in the moment. Now we have Sweet. I don't know if I'm gonna go, and I'm not going backwards to collect their Japanese stuff, and I don't know if I'm going forward to collect their Japanese stuff either. This just kind of happened. I picked it up at Target and I was like, one's fine. And then next thing I knew, I found this set, and then I had 4 out of 5 of the units. I am still looking for the Subin and Yeonjun unit. Probably me and everybody else on earth, but if anyone sees it for not like $100, please let me know. Then we have Free Fall, which these sets were really cohesive too. But for some reason, it was like a little bit difficult. I think I ordered too many albums. I think that's probably why. So it wasn't the most like fun thing in the world, but it was fun putting everything in and like seeing all of this. I love figuring out like what goes together was really fun. Like all the glitter page, like the glitter page. I love the glitter page. This random page. And then here's a pop set I'm still looking for. I still need Yeonjun's and I still need I do not need Bumgyu's. Bumgyu's actually at Pokemarket right now, waiting for me. So I still need Yeonjun's. I bought this because of Kai. I just really, really wanted this card, which meant I had to get the entire set. But that being said, I should have looked at Yeonjun and Bumgyu's prices first. I should have looked. With lucky draws in general, or I'm pretty sure these had to have been a lucky draw. But in general, it usually goes back and forth between who's more expensive, between Bumgyu and Yeonjun. Every once in a while it's Subin, but it's usually only when he's holding things. Otherwise, it's never Subin, unless he's holding something cute. But it goes back and forth between Yeonjun and Bumgyu. And for some reason, I thought it would be an easy set, because Kai's the one holding something, so why would he... That card was $8. I don't know why I thought anyone else would be less than $8. I don't... But I love that card, and I'm so happy to have it, even though the set is stressing me out. And now we are at the current era. And this is just set up like this to make it look a little bit fuller. I am looking for a pop set for under here. And I am looking for a pop set for under here. I am also looking for Subin's Weverse US card. I saw it one time, and I was like, oh, that's too expensive. Turns out that's the only card in existence in the entirety of the US that people are selling. And I should have just bought it. But here we are. And then I'm still looking for one more light one. This one is actually weird because it was between 2 light ones for me, which is the only reason I don't have it, because I couldn't decide between the 2. Which is such a problem. And then we have, don't look at these aren't real. We have the Weverse A, B, I don't remember which version it was, but we do have this one. This set is almost done. I just need 2. This set is almost done. I just need 1. And then this is the kit, and I just need Subin's. But I genuinely haven't been looking very hard. I'm not on a buying freeze, but I should be. And that's probably the end of that sentence, actually. I should be. But I'm technically not. This is the other Weverse A and B, and I need a pop set for this. So I'm looking for 3 pop sets. 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm looking for 4 pop sets. Okay. Well, that's the end of TXT. I love this collection. And I do know it will grow quite a bit by the end of the year, so. So next we have the Stray Kids binder. I do have some explaining to do. I just have some sets in the front, and then I have some group and unit cards up until Rockstar. And then I have every member's cards just in their own section. Starting with Lino, obviously. I do collect Chan. He is in his own binder. I only collect Chan in full. I only collect Chan's Pobs. I don't technically collect any of these members. but I also don't get rid of any of my pulls. So every single one of these, except for like a couple pobs for some people because I couldn't help myself, are pulls. There was one Felix pob that kind of ruined it for everybody, and now everybody has pobs that I've bought. Everybody. But I really love this collection, but this is technically not my collection. This is just everything I ended up with over the years, you know? This is, I bought this. We don't need to talk about it, okay? But it is really nice to go back and be like, hey, these were some of my very first pulls ever. Love that. I love that. Like, especially the earlier albums. I did not start collecting until, like, collecting officially until Maxident. So everything before Maxident is 100% my pulls. Like, I pulled that. He's so cute. But Felix is also the problem child because, you know, mostly this card. This is the whole reason that I, you know, ended up with what I have. That one card is the whole reason. Then we have Sungmin, who I love. I wish I had more cards of him, but I truly just don't ever pull him. I pull Hyunjin the least out of Stray Kids, but I'm pretty sure Sungmin is very, very close. I know I looked it up one day, and then I forgot. And we have Jongin, who I love. I don't know where I was going with that, but I love. I can't wait for the new era. I can't wait to add more cards to this. I might have gone a little bit overboard with what I wanted to do pre-order wise, but I'll figure that out when it happens, when they all show up. I did not mean to go overboard, but it just kind of happens, and this has so much room to grow. So each member can have so many more cards. And that's never a bad thing in my world. Let's move on to the next binder. So the reason I did not show this collection first, when this is technically my official collection, is just because Chan shares a binder with Seonghwa, and I wanted to get the groups together. But I do have all of Chan's album cards. I am working on his like special and limited cards and his Japanese cards and units. That's all I have left, which is crazy. I also have a lot of pobs that I am waiting for at the moment. Well, actually, I think I only have one at Pokemarket, and I think I stored the rest of them already. But I really love this collection. This collection makes me so happy. I did separate it so that by era, eventually, just so I can fill it up with pobs and be done with it. Otherwise, I would go on forever. And I was kind of getting sick of having like Maxident with 5-star and then going into Rockstar and only having like one card from an era on one page. Didn't really like that. Now this gives me like a complete stopping point, and I think I need that. So that was the end of 5-star. And then with Rockstar, I don't put it in with like album photo cards first. I just do it based on look. I like that he's wearing all white here. I like that he's wearing all black here. I tried doing it by this outfit. It didn't really work, so it's a little messy, but I do have one more card for this page to kind of fill it out with this outfit, so that will work. Then we go into the Japanese cards. I'm still working on it. I think technically with all of the units, I have maybe like 15 to 20 cards left that I have to get for him, and I think that's pretty good. I only started doing his Japanese cards this year, so I think it's pretty good. And then this is just miscellaneous. I don't buy miscellaneous cards for anybody anymore. Every once in a while, a BTS one will slip in, but for the most part, I only do album cards or Japanese cards and like maybe DVD cards, but I don't do any collaborations or anything or tour cards or anything. But these are ones I just ended up with. I thought this was an album card, so I bought it. I thought this was an album card, so I bought it. This came with a purchase. This came as a freebie. This also came as a freebie. And this one I bought because I couldn't say no. I don't know how anyone can. And then this is all of his units. I'm only collecting Chan's units in full. Obviously not getting rid of anybody else's units when I get them, but I do only collect Chan's. And there's more units for this new album, and I'm really excited. I really love unit cards. And I tried to do them, this is the end of like the Korean units, and then here are the Japanese units, which I think I made the correct amount of spaces, but I could be wrong. But I'll figure that out when I get all the cards. I'm so close. I'm so close. I don't have a time frame for when I want to finish it, but I am so close. And next we have Seonghwa, which is the rest of the binder. I love Seonghwa. I do the exact same thing as Chan. I do all of his Korean photo cards and some pops. I try not to go too hard. I try not to get too much stuff. But, you know, we do our best. I have room for one more pop here, which is good to know. I do have a list of all the things that I need, or all the things I want. I should really differentiate between needs and wants. But I do have this whole page that I can fill up for part 3, which I know there was tons for Fever 3. So I'm not too worried about it. I just know my favorite ones are the ones that are expensive, so that's either I get rid of 2 of them or I get 7 more. And I mean, we'll see. It's been blank for a long time, so the chance of me getting rid of 2 of them are a little bit higher than they used to be. For Movement had a lot of cards. And I did collect Hongjoong, Seonghwa, and Wooyoung. The way I picked Wooyoung is I pulled all of his 3 cards first. That's it. The way I picked Hongjoong was I was always going to collect Hongjoong. That wasn't a question. And then go to Witness. I just love Seonghwa so much. I love Blonde Seonghwa. I love all Seonghwas. I love every single Seonghwa. Having his Instagram feels like a gift. I am going to the tour. I only have tickets for 1 show right now, but I am planning on getting tickets to 2 shows. But I'm going to figure that out probably day of. So we'll go from there. And we have all of these Seonghwas because I went kind of insane for Outlaw. And then I scaled it back for the World. These are not all the cards I have. The rest of them are at Pokemarket. I do have all of his album cards. But again, I do the same thing as I do for Chan, which is I just try to make it look good. It does work a lot for Seonghwa because they have a lot of cards in the same outfits and a lot of pobs in the same outfits as their album cards. So it does work. And then this is the current era. And I have nothing. I didn't pull a single album card for him, which is so sad. So incredibly sad. But I did pull all of his exclusives of the ones that I bought. And then this is the start of this page. I don't have any more albums coming, so this is going to be a very slow collection because I'm trying not to buy photo cards, but we will see how it goes. And then we have this kind of random page. We have 3 Japanese cards. These are, what are those? His 2 Break the Wall in Seoul, right? I literally just read it. Yeah, Break the Wall in Seoul cards for DVD and Blu-ray, the light stick card, and the ateez merch that I bought for him. And then these are the travel packages. I can't remember which one is which. Chicago, New York, and LA. The Chicago one is so special to me, so I had to get it. And then there's 2 more travel packages. But I don't know where these are from. 1 and 2. So that is the end of Seonghwa. And we only have 1 more binder left. The final binder is all of my non-Seonghwa ateez cards. starting again with all the groups. I try to make everything as nice as possible and cohesive as possible between the binders. And in my brain, in my brain, ateez and Stray Kids go together. I just cannot separate them. And I don't want to separate them, and I will never separate them. So we start with Hongjoong. I have a lot of Hongjoong cards. I bought a lot of Hongjoong cards. We don't need to talk about it. I'm not planning on collecting a second member, but Hongjoong has a lot of nice cards. And I don't know how I'm supposed to say no to him, especially when he does things like this. This was insane. This was wild. I love him. I think all of these were genuinely pulls though, so don't come at me too hard, please. Some of these were not pulls though. We're not gonna talk about it. We are finally to the end. Hongjoong is my biggest collection, and I think I'm assuming that I'm going to have more Hongjoong cards. I have no more albums coming. Where are these cards gonna come from? Where? Where? You know. I love Yuno. I love Yuno's cards. Obviously, Yuno was some of my first pulls ever. Again, this is the exact same as Stray Kids. I do keep every single pull that I have ever pulled, and I sell off everything that is a dupe, but only if it's a legitimate dupe. If I don't have it, it goes in this binder, because I do not like giving away my cards. Not giving away. Obviously, other people love them too, but I do too. I don't know if this is a great video as like an intro to my channel. Maybe you shouldn't watch this. But goodness, I love ateez so much. And they make me so happy. And I would love to be somebody who can be like, okay, let me trade for Seonghwa. Let me like only do this. You can have any card, but like I can't do that. I need everybody's cards all the time because I'm selfish and I'm greedy and I want them in my house and I want to own them. I am so selfish and greedy that I don't want any of them to leave me ever. And I don't think that's a crime. It kind of feels like a crime when I'm looking at, these are my top 5 groups without large inclusions, and there's 7 binders. Out of my top 5 groups, I think there's 4 more binders that I have if I included 5 more binders that I have if I include large inclusions. So I think I made a good choice not doing that. Look at Mingy. Like, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Like, what would I do if I didn't have all this Mingy? I would die. It is that serious, actually. So this is the best choice for me. I feel like I'm trying to like justify my reasoning for keeping these cards. I just like them. And if I can't collect OT8, you know what I can do? Not give my cards away. I did consider collecting Wooyoung at one point too, so there are a couple cards that I bought, mostly everything where he's wearing green. Mostly. Pretty much everything where he's wearing green. That is, I did consider making a binder of just idols wearing green, like that specific shade of green, because I am so annoying when people wear that specific shade of green. I love that green. My favorite color is pink, but that green is just, it looks good on everybody. Every single person on earth looks good in that color. And Jongho. I might have to consider that in the future, but also I don't want to take any cards out of this binder. I would need dupes. That's not good. I love these bear cards so much. I did buy both bears. In my defense, I have no excuses actually. I just really wanted them. I was in a really weird place and happened to find them. Why is there a space? I do not know. Actually, apparently I do know. I didn't want to put that card by itself. That's why. And then we are at the end. And then we have all of the random cards. I should put this Seonghwa with his binder. Don't know why I didn't. These are the ateez Wonderwall when they did that like clothing collab. This is something. Fellowship Beginning of the End DVD card. I pulled you know. This is the photo book DVD. You know the photo book, the Fever Dear Diary DVD? That's that. And then here's all the ateez ones I pulled. Or I pulled these 3 and then Sungwa's for the keychains. And then I bought Hongjun's ateez character, like the larger one, because how could I have said no? I don't know. I don't know how anybody says no to Hongjun. And I can't believe that's gonna be my ending statement of this video. Wow. Thank you so much for watching. This is truly only a part of my collection. I do collect a lot more groups. I collect a lot more people in general, and that's great. But I really just wanted to showcase my top 5 groups this time, because I feel like as much as I talk about them, I don't talk about them enough, in my opinion. Or I don't get a chance to talk about them to other people enough. And that's really important to me, to be able to share all of these people I love. We need to turn the page though, because that's wild. I don't know why I thought this page would be better. Thank you so much for watching. I have so many videos in July coming up, like a lot, like a ton. Like in total, maybe 11, if everything goes the way that it's supposed to go and everything arrives at the time that it's supposed to arrive. There's like, including the 2 that have already gone up and this one, it's like 11. There's like a cute chipmunk outside my window. I'm so sorry. I think it's a baby too, which is wild because there was not a baby about a week ago. And now there's a baby chipmunk. This is what my videos are now. I'm talking about bunnies and chipmunks and Hongjun. But anyways, I couldn't get a video of this chipmunk. It ran away too quickly. I'm so sorry, chipmunk. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I have a lot coming up. Feel free to check back. Or don't, you know, it's up to you. But I have Hongjun. Hongjun is not part of my collection. Like, I don't... Look at all of ateez. I have so many videos, okay? See you soon, and that's a promise. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really genuinely appreciate it so much. And this makes me so happy. I love collecting, and I hope you can tell. I'll see you soon, that's a promise. Bye!